Hey there, fellow history buffs and geopolitical enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into a complex and somewhat tense situation in the Middle East, where Yemen's Houthis have claimed responsibility for an attack on a Saudi oil facility. But this isn't just a simple story of conflict, it's a tale of power dynamics, strategic interests, and the potential for a much larger conflict. So, let's break it down. First things first, the Houthis, an Iranian-backed rebel group, have targeted an Aramco refinery in Jazan, Saudi Arabia. This isn't their first rodeo, they've been launching drone and missile attacks on Saudi targets, including shipping in the Red Sea. What makes this particular attack interesting is the timing. It comes just as the Saudi Energy Ministry reported a fire at an Aramco facility, and the Houthis are quick to claim responsibility. But here's the catch: the Saudi government says the fire was extinguished, and there were no casualties. So, is this a coordinated attack, or just a convenient coincidence? Now, let's talk about Iran. The Iranian Foreign Minister, Abbas Araghchi, has made it clear that negotiations with the US can't resume until certain conditions are met. These conditions include an end to US violations of the Memorandum of Understanding and compensation for war damage. But here's the twist: Iran is also working on a deal with Oman to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial waterway for global oil and gas supplies. This deal, if finalized, would allow ships to cross the strait without fees or tolls, effectively bypassing the US naval blockade. What makes this deal so significant is that it could restart the 60-day clock for negotiations over Iran's nuclear program. But here's the catch: the US has been pushing for an acceptable deal on the strait before ending the blockade. So, is Iran playing a game of chicken with the US? Or is there a more strategic reason for this move? Now, let's talk about the Pentagon's push to boost weapons production. With the war with Iran taking a toll on US military stockpiles, the Pentagon is urging the defense industry to accelerate production. But here's the catch: this isn't just about the current conflict. It's part of a broader modernization effort that predates the Iran war. So, is the Pentagon preparing for a larger conflict, or is it just trying to keep up with the pace of modern warfare? In my opinion, this situation is a perfect example of how geopolitical tensions can escalate quickly. The Houthis' attacks on Saudi targets, Iran's deal with Oman, and the Pentagon's push for weapons production are all interconnected. It's like a complex web of threads, where each move has the potential to trigger a larger reaction. So, what does this mean for the future of the Middle East? Well, that's the million-dollar question. One thing that immediately stands out is the role of the Strait of Hormuz. As a crucial waterway for global oil and gas supplies, it's a strategic asset that both Iran and the US are fighting over. But what many people don't realize is that this isn't just about oil and gas. It's about power, influence, and the potential for a much larger conflict. So, if you take a step back and think about it, this situation raises a deeper question: how can we prevent a major conflict in the Middle East from escalating further? In conclusion, the attack on the Saudi oil facility is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. It's a complex situation with multiple moving parts, each with its own implications. So, as we continue to monitor the situation, let's keep in mind the bigger picture and the potential for a much larger conflict. Because, in my opinion, this is a story that's far from over.